Welcome to Traders TV Fixed Income, your insight into the trading climate for professional bond investors. I'm Dan Barnes. The skill of buy-side traders determines how well a portfolio manager's investment ideas are expressed into the market. Mike Nappi, senior fixed income trader at Eaton Vance, is here to discuss how a trading desk's efficiency affects investment returns. Mike, welcome to Traders TV.
Thanks for having me, Dan.
What are the pressures on the buy-side trading desk right now?
So you have a few things. I think the one you hear about the most, the one that gets the most press is pre-trade transparency.
Right.
And where is a bond going to trade? When a trade hits a trader's blotter, what level are we going to get done at? The trader decisions pre-trade, especially around how you're going to trade it, can really impact price if you don't choose the right method first. Mm-hmm. And that's what we try to work on is when to use a certain system. There's no one size fits all. If we do it this way, we're going to see everything, because you don't want to be looking at 50 different screens, and that's obviously screen real estate's a big thing in this business. You want it as consolidated and aggregated as you can get, and that's really the end goal, I think, for any trading desk. The other challenge right now is automation and how fast we can automate. I think a few years ago, this market was struggling with the idea, can we trade electronically? Can fixed income go by way of equities? Yeah. And I think the market's proven that it can. And so we're quickly in this mode where we say, how fast can we automate some of this stuff? For certain trades, it's not going to be all trades, but we're in that early stage right now, and you're seeing a lot of third-party vendors kind of grab that and run with it, as well as what we're doing internally.
Have you actually developed a separation then between high-touch and low-touch trading?
It's not a hard line. There's probably a soft line on our desk, how we do that. But I think it's important that traders can do both and understand the differences. Mm-hmm. I think in order to be, in an environment where you're looking at low-touch trades, if you're going to be effective at it, you actually need to know how to, look at it from a high-touch standpoint. You don't want to just put people in that can, push buttons and understand how a system's particularly works, because when something goes wrong, they don't have that experience. It's something we've thought about doing. It's something every once in a while we take a look at. I think the volumes dictate that. Sure. I think if your low-touch volumes are so high, it may make sense. But at the same time, as someone who trades both for Eaton Vance, I like having access to both platforms, and to be able to add what I learned from the high touch side over to the low touch side.
So what are the stages in terms of developing that from high touch and low touch?
We really started our AutoX efforts in tandem with some third-party platforms about a year and a half ago. Okay. And we've watched those hit rates or execution percentages steadily climb. It's important for us to provide those folks feedback, so the system can get better. Yeah. And it can become more exchange-like in a way. But we would start off with folks from our tech side, making sure the plumbing, the technology plumbing is where it needs to be. Yep. Send a few messages back and forth, and then there's inevitably that first day where you're kind of live. The feedback we provide those third-party vendors is key. What they give us for tools is key. And nobody can really go at this alone. That's the interesting thing about this business. You really need to partner with folks from the sell side, traditional banks, third-party platforms, order management systems to make this work. I know talking to other folks on the buy side, it's something that some folks haven't turned on yet.
That's right.
And it's so we're early. We like to be early when it comes, especially on the technology side. I'd say over the last year, it feels like the velocity's picked up as well. When you talk about where are we going to be in 3 or 5 years, we're further along right now than I would have thought if you asked me a year ago. And it's funny, in my my 10-year trading career for investment grade anyway, it's been The first 5 was all about, can it electronically happen?
Yeah.
And we've proven that pretty quickly.
Yep.
And now it's, how much can we ramp this stuff up? And it's, it seems every year it's going faster and faster.
And so you actually see these new protocols having an impact on investment returns ultimately?
Absolutely. And I think that's what you want to happen. Anytime you can free that trader's time up to do things that are more value add, it's a huge win. And when we started electronically trading, you think about the behavioral changes that have happened in this business, particularly from the sell side. 10 years ago, if you put out a list, an RFQ, on one of the trading platforms, maybe it wasn't frowned upon, but the sell side wanted seemed to want every trade to go through the traditional channels.
Yeah.
Ticket counts go up, and folks get inundated, especially with the smaller trades, right? And so I think the sell side did a good job of quickly adapting to changes in market structure, and you see most of them now have, either algo-based pricing models or some form of streaming, some way to handle, those lower touch trades. They also, I think, do a pretty good job of having their trading desk integrated with that process, and you just start to see, ticket counts go up, not necessarily sizes of trades. In fact, I think the average ticket size, has come down if you look at the data.
Yeah, that's right.
Which I think is a byproduct of this technology change.
That's great. Mike, thank you very much.
Thanks for having me, Dan.
I'd like to thank Mike Nappi of Eaton Vance, and of course you for watching. To catch our monthly reports on other markets or to subscribe to our newsletter, go to tradertv.net.